What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc?
Elote, aka Mexican street corn, is a super delicious street food in Mexico, in Texas, and honestly, pretty much wherever Mexican food is found. And that's because there's so much deliciousness packed into this dish. You get the creamy mayo, the tasty cheese, and the chili powder for that kick, and of course the corn itself. So in this video, we're gonna dive into how to cook, prepare, and enjoy this dish in 2 different ways. I'll be showing you how to make a traditional on-the-cob style, grilled up over a charcoal fire and topped with all the fixings. If you don't have a fire going, you can also make these in the oven. I'll be showing you how to make the traditional on-the-cob style, grilled up over a charcoal fire and topped with all the fixings. I'll also be sharing with y'all how to prepare an elote en vaso, meaning in a cup, which is the other way that you'll often find this recipe at flea markets, fairs, events, and on the go. Vámonos!
So I have 4 corn with the leaves and the beard, everything on, and I have 4 corns that are already peeled and ready to go. So I'm gonna set these aside for a little bit. I'm gonna cut some of the beard off of this one here and most of the tail off here too. Discard that. So before I put them in the pan, you can see here, this has dirt and stuff. So you wanna rinse it really good first, or you can just peel this stuff off right here. For sure you wanna get that first outer layer off. You can even get a little bit more off. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these into a little pan here. I'm gonna soak them in water for about 15-20 minutes. While I'm getting the pit situated, I'm gonna go ahead and let these soak for a little bit so it doesn't burn too quick or catch on fire right away while it's over the coals. Oof. That's the thing with lump charcoal sometimes. It goes snack, crackle, and pop. I'm piling all my coals, and I'm putting it all as much as possible right in the middle. And I have a couple of small pieces of mesquite. We wanna make sure we've got that flavor on there, and we wanna get that lid on there ASAP, because we don't wanna hear no snack, crackle, pop. Let's look at this corn one more time. I'm gonna flippity flip, or rotate if you wanna call it that. So it's been soaking about 15 minutes. We'll give it a few more minutes. Our fire's ready. It's actually really hot. You can see there's some flames coming off of those little wood chunks that I put in there. So I'm gonna lay these corns right on the fire, right over here. And these kettles have the grill going this way. That's really great because your corn won't roll all over the place. Just kind of set it down in between a couple of the grooves. We're gonna lay these right over this fire here. Ooh, you hear that sizzle? You hear it? We're gonna put the lid on here just to tame the flames. All we wanna do is grill them both. It's gonna be hot and fast. They're gonna cook really quick. The one with the husk on is probably gonna take about 25 or 30 minutes, and the other one's gonna cook a lot quicker, probably about 15 minutes or so. While we're waiting, I might as well put in a shameless plug. You see my cookbook back there? I just got a real cookbook in my hand, showed up yesterday. Over 100 recipes of Mexican-American cooking, comida casera, meaning homemade style cooking here at our house, and Texas style barbecue. Friends, you can pre-order now. Don't forget. So we're getting a little flavor on our corn here. We're just trying to cook it, getting a little bit of char here. You can see that right there. We've already rotated these about 180 degrees, so it's hotter on this side. I'm gonna move them all over this way a little bit more. I'm gonna get this lid back on. Let me get this cilantro ready. So I'm gonna cut some of the stems off first. All right, I'm gonna chop up this cilantro really fine. Normally you want a more flat bottom knife, but you know, in Spanish we have a saying, un buen gallo en cualquier gallinero canta. That means that a good rooster can sing in any hen house. I can use any knife and make it work. This cilantro is looking nice and finely chopped, which is what I was after. And I'm gonna get this cilantro in here like that. Check that out, friends. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and get this corn in the husk. Go over here to the side. Our leaves are starting to burn up really nice. They've got a nice pretty char. I'm gonna move these corns. You can see they're cooking more on the end here. So I'm not getting all the char that I want. So I'm gonna put these right over the fire where it's the hottest, right here. And we're just gonna char them a little bit more. We're gonna quarter these up right down the middle first, then right down the middle one more time, get them into our little cup here. We got one more thing to put in this little trio holder here, and that is, cotija cheese. So let's get these out of the way real quick. I'm gonna get a piece of foil. Now I like to double wrap pretty much every time I do something, so I'm gonna get another piece of foil here. I'm gonna get a whole stick of butter here. Let me cut that up just a little bit, it makes it a little bit easier. Let's get some of this corn out of here. Ooh, you can hear it popping like popcorn already. That's when you want to get it into the foil here. You see the corn, it's got some beautiful little char here. We've got all 4 corns ready to go. Butter on top. If you haven't tried this on your corn, you have no idea what you're missing. This is our wow product. It is fantastic. Friends, it's good on everything. Try it on your corn the way I'm showing you here. We're gonna wrap up our corn nice and tight. Yeehaw, here we go. All right, now we got it all wrapped up. Just going back on the grill. I'm gonna slide it away from the direct heat here in just a minute. I wanna get these corns on here with the husk. Now traditionally, when they cook corn like this in big batches, it's not usually wrapped. We're cooking on a small grill here in the patio. You can wrap it with foil to help retain some of that moisture. So we're gonna move this corn over here, that side. This one's gonna be right over here. And we're gonna just let them sit there for about 15 minutes. Put the lid on. I'm gonna adjust the vents here about halfway there. I want the heat to come down a little bit. We've been running about 400, 375 the whole time. So now we're gonna slow it down. We just want that corn to cook. Now, everybody that sells elotes, street corn, whatever, kind of has their own little secret recipes, if you want to call it that. Today we're gonna keep it simple, something that's accessible to pretty much everybody, anybody, anywhere in the world. All right, we're gonna take some chili powder. It's not really a measurement. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. After that, we're gonna use a little paprika here. This is for a little extra color. I'm gonna put a little bit of cayenne powder here because we like a little kick in our corn. And a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic. Salt and pepper is universal. So I'm gonna mix this up real quick. Use as much or as little of any one of these ingredients if you like. If you have something you like better, you can put that in there. There is no right way or wrong way. Y'all know my saying, it's my mantra. Ain't no right way, ain't no wrong way to cook. Just do it the way you like, that's the right way. So let's go ahead and get the corn on the cob out of here. Remember, this foil's full of butter, has a bunch of butter on the bottom, so you don't want to run butter all over your counter or worse, drip it on your toes. Open it up carefully and let's see how we're doing here. Ooh, yeah, buddy, look at that. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna grab my tongs here and I can tell this corn is done. This is the way I tell. You can tell where it's very soft. Look at that. Number two, you can see the kernels kind of like shrink a little bit. I'm gonna get these onto a plate here. I wanna put a little more butter on here. And friends, pretty much that's the way I serve this kind of corn. I'm gonna put a little skewer in here. That cob is pretty tough, so you want to hold it tight. So I'm gonna get this up like this. Ooh, man, I love that right there. Ooh, baby. All right, let's get this other corn out of the grill here. Start letting it cool off, start letting it breathe. So y'all see what we have here? We have nice charred corn cooked in the husk. I can smell the aroma from that husk. It just like smells so good. I'm gonna go ahead and shuck these first, get all of this leaves and beard off. So we have our corn here. I'm gonna set these to the side, right about there. And now we're gonna prepare one of these corns the way they are often prepared out on the street. I'm gonna take some butter here and I'm gonna put this on my corn, lots of butter. I'm gonna take some mayo, use whatever brand or whatever flavor you like. There's a lot of them out there. I should have put the skewer in there first, but I didn't. Now I can grab it though. I just put it right here and there you go. Next up, it'll be a little bit of the magic dust. Now this is one way you can do it. Another way is you can just like put it all over the plate here in the bottom. I want to rub it in, roll it, whatever you want to call it. This is the way I like to do it, nice and messy. Remember we had those condiments? Gonna put a little bit of cilantro on here. And last but not least, a little bit of cotija cheese. And you can use any other cheese you like. All right, now this is our elote. Again, my chili powder is a little darker than maybe whatever you have. Use whatever you like. I also prefer a little squeeze of lime on here. So now my favorite part of every video is the bite, the taste test. Oh my gosh. Man, I'm telling you, amigos, that first corn was incredible. It was wow. And if you make it, you'll be blown away at how good it is. You make this one, you're gonna be blown away on another level. It's amazing, it's fantastic, it's delicious. It is great. All right, next we're gonna show you guys how to make elote in a cup. We're gonna go ahead and shell this corn here just like this. And you wanna get 2 or 3 rows at a time if you can. And then I like to come back over here and get these little corners. All right, let's get some of this corn, get it into this cup here, fill it all the way up. All right, friends, now here's our cup. It's full of elote. This is fresh grilled corn. We're gonna drop a little bit of powder first, just a little bit. I want that butter to carry some of that powder down to the bottom. Doesn't take a whole lot. And we're gonna take some mayonnaise, we're gonna get that in there. A little more powder. Just a little cilantro, a little bit like that. A little bit of cotija cheese. We're gonna take another little drizzle of butter around the edge because I want to carry some of that cheese flavor down to the bottom. All right, friends, now keep this in mind. Yes, we used a lot of butter. Yes, there's mayo. Yes, there's cheese. Remember, you don't eat this every day. It's okay to indulge in something wonderful, exotic, and delicious once in a while. Now, how do you eat this? You generally just take a little at a time. You know, you don't want to grab a whole dollop of mayo. You kind of want to push it down, just like that. Then get the little side here, get a little edge, just like that. Now that's good. Oh man. Now I will say this too, some places that sell corn in a cup like this, they have the mayo already mixed with chili powders and lime juice or lemon juice or some other kind of flavors, which I'll show you in just a minute. And so they just kind of drizzle it on. It's kind of in a liquid form. You can do that too. We like to do it this way. That way you can put as much or as little mayo as you like. Man, that is one big spoonful of delicious. All right, my friends, we're gonna wrap this up. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, we do have my cookbook available for pre-order. You can buy it anywhere where books are sold, or I might have a link in the description of this video. That book is available for pre-order. It'll be out this summer, so get you one for you and a friend or a family member that loves to cook. There's a lot of other powders out there that you can use. The people that make this stuff here called Getcha sell a ton of that stuff. And then this is another brand, it's called Tajin. This is not a sponsored video. I don't get anything for sharing this with y'all. I'm just letting y'all know these are two very, very popular powders for corn and other things. And then there's this one called Chilito. It's a chili powder with a little kick in there, also very good. You can put that on your corn. If you like one of these others, let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. Thanks for watching. Keep the smoke light and make it work. Boom! Boom! I want to eat some more corn, babe.